Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next episode of the ALP1 podcast. I'm your host, Idoni Muse. Joining me is my co-host, Golden Sniper. Golden, how you doing, buddy?
Your basement's kind of warm again. Um, did you put in AC this time, or will I have to suffer?
No, it's pretty cool down here right now, actually.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know, man. But Golden, today, man, this is a special episode. Not only are we doing the driver ratings for the Spanish Grand Prix that we just did,
You said it right.
but
Oh my fucking god.
oh, sorry, the NACS driver ratings for the Spanish Grand Prix.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, we're doing them, but it's also the mid-season. We're 10 races into the 20 race season.
Hmm.
So we're also going to be doing a mid-season ranking of the 10 races we've done so far.
Does that also not get a special little fancy way of saying it? Or is it just, oh yeah, it's just mid-season, fuck you. Are we
Yeah.
not going, oh, it's time for the NACS ACS mid-season driver fucking race ratings, cunt. And
No, no,
no, it's
no,
just like,
no.
no, fuck
No,
you.
no, no.
Doesn't get its special
But I mean,
things.
overall, before we get into it, Golden, overall though, how have you felt about the first half of the season, man? I think it's been pretty good. I
It's
think it's been a
been
pretty good season so far.
fucking lovely, mate. It's been fucking lovely. We actually have a title fight for once, and I'm not in it
Hmm.
because I fucked myself by not racing Baku, and I hate myself for it. Oh.
Well, yeah,
And then
there's
I
been a
was
lot
in it, but
of
I'm not in it. And then Caleb died, so I'm technically back in it, but now I'm 30 points behind Pete. And fuck you, Pete. Actually, no, I hope Pete wins, and I
yeah.
want Kogo to win.
I know, pick your poison, right? But let's do this, Golden. Driver ratings for Spain. There were 8 drivers starting off with the Haas that was there, Jordan. He qualified 6th ahead of Sling and technically Kogo, because Kogo was unable to qualify because he couldn't get into the game. But Jordan qualified 6th and he did not finish the race. He DNF'd around like lap 21 or so, I think.
No, it's very early on, dude. What do you mean? He was fighting. I think it was lap. It was in the first 15 laps or something, mate. He just fucking binned it because his sauce were dead.
Yeah, because he started on the softs, right?
Yep.
I forgot about that. He was on faster tires than everybody else for the first 10 laps of the race. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, I'm giving Jordan a 4. I know he DNF'd, um, but I'm still giving him a 4 because his pace was very respectable before he DNF'd. Like he was keeping up
Even though he wasn't the
with
sauce
people very well.
mediums were going.
Yeah, I know there was a tire difference, but like he was doing pretty good. But I can't give him any higher than a 4 because there was a lot of banging wheels with Great Ace and Caleb. That's kind of like, okay, bro,
Banging
sim similar to Baku. It's like he got to got to turn it down a little bit, like with the
with the
like
shunting.
this isn't GT free cars, rubbing is not racing in F1, right? So
Yep.
yeah, but I'm still giving him a 4 because he was doing good up until that point, but then he crashed and yeah, it happens. But I'm being generous. I'm giving him a 4.
Mm. See, personally, as I fixed my hair for the 14th time, I've actually gone for a 3. Basically everything you just fucking said. But, he did invalidate his final lap, which, according to him, and I'm not saying he's a liar, he apparently said he'd slap it into the 13.2s, which would have slapped him around P2, P3. Now, Jordan, I don't know how much waffling you've just done when you said that, but I am buying it 1 second, mate. You can send that shit back straight where it came from. So yeah, I've gone for a 3 because a little shit. One, bullshit. It's saying he was gonna get up into top 3. Two.
No, I mean he is a quality merchant for sure. He's way better in on 1 lap pace than he is on actual race pace.
Uh-huh.
At the moment, anyway. But
I've just had my
we'll
brother
see.
walk in
Step
and
one,
boot me on the nose. What the fuck are you doing? You ain't got a lucky.
step one. Step one for him is just to get better racecraft, just to not be smacking people in the corners. That's a great first step, I would say. But anyways, on to the one Williams driver who was there, Caleb Kogo Jr.
Caleb.
Qualified on the front row and yeah, he qualified in the front row in second with Pete, and he technically DNF, but he was just barely a classified finisher, so he still got 6 points. He still technically finished in seventh,
Mm,
so it wasn't for nothing. But still very disappointing for him, considering that he was coming into that race 1 point behind Pete, fighting for the title, and now that race has cost him 19 points to Pete, 18
yep.
points to Pete, something like
Yeah.
that.
Something like that. Something like that.
Yeah,
If he didn't DNF, I would have been on the podium. So, whoa.
yeah. So I've personally gone straight down the middle. I've gone with a 5 for K.
Mm,
Um, because he was driving pretty good until that happened. It's just that's one of those races that he's gonna look back on and think, man, that was the race that ruined my title chances.
mm,
Plus, like we've seen already this season, we've seen some momentum switches happen. That could be a momentum switch for Kogo Jr. That we could see a downward spiral with his performances. So
mm,
he needs to not let that one get to him and just go back to what he was doing past two, where he won the past two.
mm.
He needs to get back in the groove because yeah, that's cost him a lot of points to Pete now. So he's definitely on the back foot now for sure, going into Silverstone. But
Mm.
let's see what he can do at Great Britain, I guess. But yeah,
Most.
I've gone with a 5 for
Mm.
Kogo Jr.
Again, we just seem to be like last week in a midst of going one lower than each other. Unfortunately, I was thinking one lower because I feel like an asshole. But then yeah, I can't. I've given him a 4. He had good pace all throughout, but then again, like you said, it's just one of the ones where you think he's gonna lose a title maybe because of it, because silly little shit decided to fuck it up and hit my teammate.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. He did hit me
Mm.
in the weirdest way possible. His car was spinning to the left, so I went to the right, and then he insta swerved the car right back to the right.
Donk.
Don't know how don't know how that happens, but okay, fair
Overcorrecting,
enough.
maybe.
Maybe, but yeah. So 5 and 4 for Caleb.
Mm.
Next round, the two Ferraris of Pete and Sling, um, who in my opinion both had really good races this week. We'll start off with Sling. He qualified seventh, but he finished the race in the top five. He finished the race in fifth, ahead of Great Ace and Kogo Jr.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone with an 8 for Sling. I think this is possibly it's right there with Jeddah, but see the difference is with Jeddah there was some late safety car. There was a late safety car intervention at Jeddah. But technically, I gave him a 9 at Jeddah, but I'm giving him an 8 here, and I'll explain why I'm giving him a lower rating here than I did Jeddah, even though technically this is a better drive than Jeddah. And
Mm.
that's because I think there was actually even more on possibly on the table for Sling, because you had 12 seconds of time penalties,
And
and
pinning him on the podium.
and I ran out of fuel for an entire lap. Like the entire last lap of the race, I was in low fuel mode. So by all rights, Sling should have caught me and got P4 at the very least, you know?
Mm.
So the fact that I still finished ahead of him, even though I was in low fuel mode, I can't give him higher than an 8 because really he should have finished ahead of me uh, for that alone. But I'm still giving him an 8 because it was still a great drive for Sling, like top 5 against this grid. Like beating a McLaren and Caleb is like really impressive. I think it deserves, especially with like Sling isn't like is probably one of the slower guys in the league. So for him just being like tortoise in the hair, just keeping his head down for a whole 100% or staying consistent and getting a top 5, yeah, that's an 8 out of 10
Mm.
for Sling.
Now, I will say something that you may have forgotten to do a little thing about. Um, Everyone passed you behind you and I'm being lapped. So Sling, Great Ace both got lapped. So even if they did pass you, or they did or they didn't. I don't know. They were a lap down, so you would have gotten P4 anyway. Because they're Pete and I think Pete and Kogo passed both of them, so you would have maintained P4 regardless if they pass you or not. But yeah,
Oh,
apart from that, yeah, Sling's had a fucking lovely weekend. Dare we say, is it his best drive of the season? I mean, Jeddah's up there, dude.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. It's that or Jeddah, yeah.
Mm, I've agreed with you, man. I've gone for an 8. I think he showed, yes, he's like tortoise in the hair, but he stuck his fucking head down, and he did a fucking lovely
Mhm.
result, man. That's brilliant. That's what we want to see of that man, and we know he can pull it out of his ass.
Yeah, now because of that, like I said, Pete won the race, which we'll get to now in a second, and he got P5, so that's 35 points for Ferrari. Ferrari are starting to catch back up with the constructors now. Maybe they'll even make a run for the constructors title in the second half of the season, perhaps.
Hmm.
Only time will tell. Maybe they'll catch up to Alpine and McLaren.
No,
We will see, but
one of them, no. The other one, maybe. We hope.
yeah, so eights across the board for Sling, and then Pete qualified on pole. Um, people say, "Oh, Kogo wasn't able to get a lap in." Well, that's his fault now, isn't it? For having shitty internet.
Mm.
Uh, Pete qualified on pole, and he won the race. Had an amazing stint in the middle on the hards, so that when Kogo pit, he came out of the pits behind Pete, and then Pete was able to defend Kogo for the entire end of the race. Yeah, I mean it's a 10 out of 10 for
Mm-hmm.
Pete. I mean, come on, it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, he has to fucking be a 10. If it's not a 10, you're fucking retarded. Pole
His
win.
second win is his second win of the season. He only won Monaco. This is only his second win now. So
All I'm gonna say,
yeah.
Pete, where the fuck was this in Austria, mate? What the fuck were you doing? Yeah, 10. Well,
Austria was a weird
you can't
Austria
fault
was a
him,
weird race, to be fair.
mate. It was a weird, but it was fucking great, you know. McLaren spun out. Golden got on the podium. Pete shit the bed. Sidonian was making his Alpine white because of my overtake on Pete in that one, and you were there with your popcorn's out. You got your nice deck chair up, front, front,
Okay,
glazing.
this
Sorry,
isn't Austria. What
yeah,
too much waffling. This isn't
waffling.
Austria.
Shut up.
Waffling.
Yeah,
I gotta keep us on track here.
yeah. P10s across the fucking road, you can't fucking fault them, man.
Yeah, there's nothing to pick apart there at all. Easy 10 for Pete.
Yep.
Next round of the McLarens. We'll start off with Great Ace, who had a great qualifying. He qualified in third, ahead of me and you.
Mm-hmm.
But then he
Boo.
finished the race. But then early on in the race, he went off on the gravel due
Yep.
to the dirty air and understeer, and his race kind of just went downhill from there. And he ended up finishing in sixth, which, as I mentioned earlier, it was behind Slingshot
And Lance.
and myself, and like I said, I ran out of fuel for the whole last lap of the race. And like I said, he still finished behind me and Sling. Yeah, unfortunately, I have to give Great Ace. He finished in sixth, and I gave him a 6.
Mm.
Yeah, pretty mid drive from Great Ace, to be honest. Like, I'm giving him a 6 mainly because his qualifying was that good. If his I might have even given him like a 5 if he had a bad quality, but he had a good quality, so yeah, it's a 6. It's. I mean, he still got points. He still got 8 points for McLaren. He still did his job, but like it's nothing to write home about. It's whatever.
Yeah.
He was just trying to survive.
Yeah. Fair. Fair. Sorry I interrupted you, but I've again I seem to be on a theme of going one lower than you, so I've actually gone straight down the middle, the 5. His quality was good. Then he had that incident with the gravel, and after that, it's just gone. Like, we were all gone. We couldn't see him. Cunt was fighting with Sling, trying to help him around, and then Sling beat him. Lol. Um, yeah. Yeah, what else can I say, dude? Like, fuck. Like, you've got pace, you've got shit. Like, you're supposed to be in a title fight, and you pull that shit. It's like you've got a nice roasted chalk right in front of you. And instead of taking that drumstick and
Yeah,
having a nice bite, you throw it all over the floor and eat your fucking celery. Like,
it's true.
fuck.
Great Ace's title chances are starting to slip away.
Mm.
I agree. I agree. Next, his teammate though, Kogo, who technically like wasn't able to get a lap in, so he had to start. He had to start at the back of the grid. But then he finished the race. He worked his way up, and he finished the race in second, just behind Pete the Newfie. Uh, I've gone with a 9 for Mr. Kogo because like the quali wasn't, it wasn't like, oh, he DNF'd, or like, you know what I mean, like it's not like he crashed out in quali, or like he ruined his laps in quali. He wasn't even able to do quali, so
Mm.
I'm not really like holding that against him too much. And then for the fact that he still like almost won the race, the only reason he didn't was because he came out behind Pete. Like if he had came out ahead of Pete, I think he would have won the race, to be honest.
Mm.
Uh so yeah, 9 out of 10. I think he's he, he's had a bad, in air quotes, bad couple of weeks. Like past 5 or 6 races haven't been great for him, but he's still there. He's still keeping himself in contention for the title. So good on him. Like I said, he hasn't won since race 4 Texas, but maybe next week at Silverstone. Uh, Again, I was expecting him to win this one, but I think the only reason he didn't was because he wasn't able to get a qualifying lap in. I think if he had gotten a qualifying lap in as well, he probably would have won the race as well. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for Kogo.
Now, we do commend the man for being extremely boring and doing last a second yawn. Um, Personally, I'm taking quality into account, and because he always had this. I know it's not his fault, but fucking hell, how fucking long did we have to wait for that little shit? Fucking 40 minutes, and Pete was about to die. Fucking 2 people left. Bloody Alex was. Oh my god, Alex was fucking dead. Pete wanted to kill himself. So basically, for causing that shit show, I've deducted him a point or two, and by a point or two, I gave him a 7. Yes, he had a good race, but holy fuck, cut, fix your shit. Like, I'm not
That's
ripping
fair.
into the, I'm not ripping into the, sorry, I'm not ripping
Pete's
into the,
gonna Pete's gonna love that segment right there.
yeah.
Pete's gonna replay that like 5 times. Yeah, no, that's fair. You holding the slow start to the race against him, and us having to do a lobby restart is fair because yeah, that pissed a lot of people off. Like Kogo's lucky he was even able to do the race at all, to be honest.
Yep. You
Um,
shouldn't have even been there. Fucking cunt, we would have run a fucking double ALP1 podium. Fuck you, I'm kidding.
yeah, a double LP podium with running out of fuel the entire last lap of the race.
And over 50 seconds behind the next person behind. No, probably fucking longer. Probably like a minute. Because I pit and yeah, nah. We'll get to us, which is now.
Which is now, yeah. The two Alpines. So Golden qualified fourth, and finished on the podium in third. I've gone for an 8 for you, Golden.
Mhm.
Um, Normal circumstances, I would have gave you a 9, but the fact that you had 12 fucking seconds of time penalties at Spain is actually outrageous.
Yup.
I cannot give that a 9. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
I've gone I've gone with an 8. I
Mhm.
was roasting. You couldn't hear me because you were locked out of the party. I was roasting the fuck out of you the whole time. It's like, how? How has he done this? And he still gets the podium over me. What a dickhead.
uh,
But no,
are we
you
are we adding
you man.
are we adding sympathy points to try to give you the podium anyway or no? They can fuck off.
Yeah, I still gave you an 8.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
This is sympathy.
So the fair play is 10, but the race itself was like fucking shit.
Yeah, so I gave you an 8 out of 10. I think that's fair.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Hmm. Fair. Um. Fuck. Now I feel
I
like
don't think it was
myself.
one of your it wasn't one of your better drives. Like reverse Austria and Monaco were way better than that. Canada was way better than that for fuck's sakes, and he didn't even get podium at Canada.
Yeah. Fair.
That's just how I felt about it. But it was still good.
Yeah.
It's still podium. Still 8 out of
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
He still outqualified me.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Fuck. What am I supposed to do about it? Way I call my teammate. Fuck. um. Personally,
What have you given? What have you
like you
given
said,
yourself?
not me best driving shit, and then with shit that happened and shit, and shit everywhere. Um. I've gone for a 6. I should not have gotten a fucking podium today. Today, fucking Spain. I'm gonna say it again, right? I think I said it for some. I think I said it for Texas, or I said it for some other race. I'm like George Russell, does nothing, gets a podium. What what did I do today apart from
uh,
pass you like in on lap 40 and just storm away, thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna let this come by in the pit stop. And then for some reason, I see you, I'm like fucking 40 seconds behind, I'm 40 in front, I'm like, what the fuck is this gonna do? And then I try to give
I
it to you,
think.
and then, yeah, it just, it wasn't good. And then the time penalties on top, fuck, bro, like, I'm washed.
Yeah, I mean, a 6 is a little harsh. I mean, I think if you'd given yourself a 7, I could understand because
Don't fucking start with that number.
no, but I agree with you though. Like it was like the least. It felt like it was like, oh my god, this guy just got the least deserved podium of all time.
Okay, that's crazy. That's
But
crazy.
see,
There's definitely worse.
but see, but see, I'm a good sport about it. See, I still gave you an 8 out of 10, so you can't say I'm not a good sport about
Yeah, I
it.
know some people in this fucking server to give me a 5 saying, oh, Golden, you shouldn't fucking get it, got 12 seconds of time penalties. Oh, fucking Caleb fucking DNF. Oh my fucking god, you fucking didn't deserve it. Shut the fuck up, I
But
said
at the end
again.
of the
Cut.
day, you still got a podium with 12 seconds of time penalty. So
And 50
yes,
seconds behind. Because I paid to let you go through, and then, yeah, we'll get to you. Mr. Sidonian Muse, shit the
yeah.
bed, I'm kidding.
Speaking of Sidonian Muse qualified fifth and finished the race in fourth. I've given myself the same rating as you. I gave us both an 8. Um, which on the service level, you're like, if someone's just looking at the numbers, it's like Muse. How can you give yourself the same rating as Golden? He outqualified you and he finished ahead of you in the race and got the podium.
Oh, fuck,
And he had
didn't
12
even
seconds of
fucking
time.
put that into account.
And
Sorry.
he had 12 seconds of time penalties. And it's like, yes, that's correct. However, um, I F125 just sucks balls. You should not run out of fucking fuel that quickly on Spain. And if that didn't happen, if the fuel consumption on my end wasn't so bad, other than that, I didn't like I drove my ass off. I mean, I also got caught up in the fucking Caleb bullshit and then the drive-through penalty. So like taking that into account, like I felt like that was one of actually like in the past month of races we done, like if we said Jeddah, reverse Austria, Baku, and Spain, I personally felt like that was my best drive in the past month.
Mm,
Um, but it's just the podium didn't come from it because of the fuel consumption,
mm.
which is unfortunate. But I was lapping good, like I was keeping up with you and Caleb the whole time, so till that shit happened. So like it was good. I felt like I had good pace. It's just yeah, I just can't give myself any higher than an 8 because podium there was no podium to be had
Your teammate, the
and
dickhead.
yeah. But yeah, no, so I gave us both an 8. What did you give me?
8's across the board for you, mate. Well, apart from the whole shit show, like Caleb, drive through, shit show, everything else. You can't really fault you, man. You did a pretty good drive. There wasn't really anything I could pinpointing that you did wrong, apart from getting out qualified by your dumb cunt of a teammate again. Yeah, you can't
It was
really
close
fault
though.
you.
It was close.
You can't really fault your man though. To be honest, I mean, you would have had the podium had you not ran out of fuel. Or
Yep.
you know what, your teammate should have slowed down the side of the road, waited for you, and then like bum drafted you all the way down the fucking track. You know, teammate's a cockhead. You know it's not your fucking fault. But he's stolen your podium as well as the time
Yeah,
penalties.
my teammate could have given me 3 extra points in the drivers' championship. That's shocking, man.
Yeah, he had to
Womp
predict that
womp.
you ran out of fuel and send fuel to your car telekinetically. That kind of shit. But
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. But
I AIDS, man. Good fucking shit.
yes, that's the driver ratings. So there you go, folks. You got your driver ratings for Spain.
Woo. But we're not done, Beers.
Um,
We're not done.
but we're not done.
No, we're
Normally
not.
we would be done, but we're not done because we're doing a mid-season overview.
But wait,
Like we
there is
said earlier,
more.
yeah, but wait, there's more. Sham wow. uh, but yeah, overall, I think the season's been really good so far.
Hmm.
Not for myself, of course, because this game they just said fuck controller players. And just said you're not rotating your car. It's basically like F124 when F124 first came out,
Hmm.
and like wheels could just rotate their cars and do stupid shit, and controller can't. But I mean, if you ignore the game itself, the actual season of league racing we've had has been very good, very good, topsy turvy, all over the place.
I'm still waiting for that
You
win.
know, Pete DNF's the first race of the season.
And he's winning.
It's like he's out of it. Yeah, and now he's leading the championship by 20 points. So
Hmm.
you know, it's been very topsy turvy for sure. Like I said, Kogo hasn't won a race since race 4. For 6 weeks, Kogo hasn't won. So
And his son's won twice.
yeah, yeah. In that time, his son won his first race, and then he won again. Great Ace, Great Ace did his his one win every season
Yep.
that he does,
Pete won
and
again.
I even slid a win in there
Yep.
too.
I'm just waiting. I'm
And
just waiting.
to
Like, fuck! When's it my
and to
turn?
quote Pete the Noof,
Sorry.
could have been Monaco,
Fuck
but you were
off.
too busy getting ping ponged by a fucking idiot in a Mercedes, so it's not your fault.
Both idiot, I'm kidding.
Um,
I love you, Dan.
um, but yeah, to quote Pete the Newfie at Canada, Will, how'd you do that? How'd you do that, man? How'd you do that?
How'd you do that, Will?
Um, but yeah, so there's been 10 races so far. We decided to rank them from 10th being the worst to first being the best.
Mm.
Do you want me to start with my number 10, or are you going to go with your number 10 first?
Go on. I need to be the first driver at some point. Fuck, man. It's been a decent season. Can't really fault racing. Waffle. But I feel like we're both in agreement with this. Number 10 definitely has to be Abu Dhabi, and that's not biased because we were a shit.
Yeah, that's my 10. That's my 10 as
What
well,
the
by the way.
fuck
Yeah.
happened, dude? Like, I can't even think what the fuck happened in that race. Like, it's like all I can remember,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
It wasn't memorable.
Yeah, so
God.
yeah, so I think that's the main clarification here because my number 10 was Abu Dhabi as well,
Mm-hmm.
which was race 2 of the season.
Mm.
And the reason why I agreed with you on that is just because of how forgettable it was. Because you could argue that my number 9 is the worst based on the racing itself. However, at least there was some memorable stuff to come from number 9, which we'll get to in a second.
Mm.
There was some memorable meme-worthy stuff, but Abu Dhabi was just very forgettable. And also there was that guy who was lagging all over the road, ruining everything for some
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
It was just
Orange
like,
juice decided to be a terrorist. Lol.
yeah, that happened too.
That was probably the memorable thing that happened. To be honest.
Yeah, but after lap 1, like, there wasn't much that happened in that Abu Dhabi race, man,
Yeah.
and it doesn't help that they just, like I said, the track going from 23 and 24 on a controller to 25, man, like what have you done to my baby? Like it's just it feels like
My
they
baby.
massacred my boy.
My boy.
Is what they did to Abu Dhabi.
Mm,
To be honest, yeah, so sad. It's sad, but yeah, Abu Dhabi number 10. I didn't think anything was gonna be below my number 9, but yeah, Abu Dhabi was just really really forgettable.
mm,
But yeah, my number 9, which I keep referencing, is Monaco. I thought Monaco for sure was gonna be number 10, but
mm,
you convinced me on Abu Dhabi. Again, I never got to race Monaco myself, but from what I saw in the race, at least uh, there was some interesting battles going on track. It's Monaco. We can't overtake. Um, but at least Monaco has some memorability to it because it was Pete's first win in a very long time. It was also kind of a turning point in the season for Pete. I don't know if you agree with me on that, but I felt like it was a turning point in the season for Pete,
mm.
and he's just been on a roll ever since. So, and it's like one of the only tracks that Pete hadn't won a league race at. So, in his career since F1 2020.
Mm,
Um, so yeah, it was memorable in that regard. So that's why I put it over Abu Dhabi, but it was still shit for racing.
mm.
So I put it number 9.
Yeah,
What's your number 9?
I mean, I kind of have to agree with you with that one. Although I really want to put it higher based off my, my personal success. Um,
Yeah, I wish
but
I could as well because
yeah,
if it was the last season's Monaco race, that shit's top 3
mm.
of last season.
And is
So
is that because I won, or is that because of the amount of shit that happened?
the amount of shit that happened and you won. It's both.
Both, yeah, but yeah, you can't really do shit on Monaco, unfortunately, despite how much I really wanted to put it higher. Yeah, 9.
That's your 9 as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Oh, what's your number 8? I'm curious. See, this is where I'm curious. This is where we
Um,
might get some differences. So I'm curious to
yeah,
hear what your number 8
I'm
is.
definitely gonna get pitchforked here. I've personally got number 8, Australia. I love the track.
Same.
It's my home. Oh fuck. Oh
Same.
shit.
Twinsies. Twinsies.
I'm only gonna say this. When ranking this, Australia's a complete blur. To be honest, I can't remember shit. It's like Abu Dhabi. I can remember one thing, but with Australia, I can't remember anything. Dude. Like nothing. It's like it didn't happen in my head. Like
Yeah, so
I love the track and I love everything about it. I'm pretty sure it's good racing and shit. And I don't know what the fuck we finished. Um, but yeah, it's better than Monaco and it's better than Abu Dhabi. But I just can't remember anything about it.
yeah, Australia is another race that was very forgettable. It was the only thing I could remember from Australia was Kogo causing issues for everyone around him. So like he caused issues for
Yes, I remember
Drupally at the
that.
beginning.
Yep.
Me and Alex got illegal overtakes on him on the safety car restart.
Mm,
Uh, which just fucked our races a little bit.
yep.
Alex getting DQ'd from a VSC.
Okay, now it's coming back to me.
Yeah, it wasn't very memorable other than some shithousery that happened, and like that's not a good thing when like the most memorable thing that happened was bullshit. That's not
Yeah.
that's not a good thing.
Poor Australia, because we love
So,
it. We love it. Oh, I do. At the
oh
very
yeah,
least.
yeah, it's been one of my favorite tracks to race um since F1 21, since I got into league racing on this game. It's been one of my personal favorites. It's never translated. I would say like the Australia race we had last season was way better than this season's.
Mm.
Yeah, this season's was like really, really forgettable. Um, yeah, so we both had the same number 8. So now we're getting into what I would classify. So those are the bottom 3. We had the exact same for the bottom 3. I think that's fair.
Mm.
Now we're getting in 7 to 5 is what I would classify as the middle.
Mm.
Like not technically bad races, but kind of mid.
Mm-hmm.
Or like they had their good parts, but they also had their bad parts.
Yep.
So number 7 for me is Spain.
Mm.
Reason that's the one we just had, 100% are Spain. I've gone 7 because like the first 20 laps were good, but then after that it was just mind numbing
Mm.
and also rage inducing on
Yeah,
my end.
exactly.
But also just with the battling, like you can't with how much dirty air there is in this game compared to every other F1 game before it. Like you just can't battle at Spain like how you used to.
Mm.
It's just eh. So that's why I've gone with Spain at 7. It's just eh.
Mm.
Like even a couple of the tracks that are ahead of it, like there was way better battling at those tracks than there was at Spain, in my opinion. So I've
Yeah.
gone with Spain at number 7.
Are we fucking twinsies right now? Do I have to, fucking put my fingers together and go fucking ooh type shit? Brother, it's, yeah, Catalonia 7. I loved it personally from, our standpoint at Alpine. Like you said, I think before this first 20 laps were fucking lovely. It was just top kiss, Jordan DNS, battles were tight, and then it just spread out after Ace kind of, fucking went to the gravel, and then there was the whole drama with another safety car, Caleb, everything. To be honest, it's not as bad as people think. Like, the racing was still good. Pete and Kogo were fighting for the win. Me and you had podiums in our fucking sights. Sling was keeping great
Yeah,
AC
I think
pace.
that's
But it's just more memorable
I
stuff, to be honest, in the other races ahead of us. So, yeah.
yeah, I think that's something we need to preface real quick is
Mm,
that like just because it's number 7 doesn't mean it was a bad
mm.
race.
Like, it's
This has
miles
just been a
ahead of
very
Australia, to be honest. And in my opinion, it's just, yeah.
yeah, yeah, miles ahead of the 3 that came before it. Like in my
Mm,
opinion, there's a tier jump here from Australia to Spain. There's definitely a tier jump.
mm,
Um, like like if this was a tier list format, like if Australia is a C tier, like Spain is like a B tier.
mm,
Like it's solid. It was a solid race.
mm,
Um, it's just that this has been a very good season of league racing so far. So like
mm.
we're being very strict on our rankings here. That's all.
Yep.
But Spain was still a decent race. Um, my number 6, which you weren't there for this one, is Baku,
Mm.
Azerbaijan.
Average level.
Um, Azerbaijan.
Back you.
It Baku. I like a bit of Baku.
I'll let you talk.
Right in the back end. Right in the back end on Baku. Um, but yeah, number 6 for me is Baku. It was all right. It had potential. Like to give some context for the listeners. So I've been commentating F1 races because I didn't start league racing until F123, but I was commentating as early as F121, and some of the best races I've ever had commentating were on Baku. Like Baku has the potential to create some amazing races out of nowhere. This just wasn't it. This was a very run-of-the-mill, ordinary, basic Baku race. Nothing crazy happened. There was an early DNF from Hollywood, but like that was literally it. Other than that, it was pretty standard. I mean, Pete and Caleb were fighting for the win, and there were some like decent battles, which is why I put it at number 6. But it wasn't anything crazy. Like it had the potential to be way crazier, and it just wasn't. So that's why I've got number 6 for Baku.
Mm. Yeah, man, I didn't watch that shit. Um, Now hearing everything you said about it, I am very considering swapping Catalonia and Baku, but to not get pitchforked in the neck, I feel like I have to put Baku number 6 purely because of what you said, and I did. I'm ranking this shit blind.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. That's what's sad. The battling at Baku was actually better than the battling at Catalunya
Mm.
because of how bad the dirty air was at Catalunya.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, yeah. So now we're into the top 5.
Hooray!
Um, in my in my opinion, there's a clear distinction between the top 3 and numbers
Mm.
5 and 4, though. In
Yep,
my opinion, like the
yep.
top 3 is the top 3.
Mm.
5 and 4.
Mm.
5 and 4 are pretty close, but we'll get to that here now.
Yep.
So my number 5 is Texas.
Mhm.
Reason being, the sprint was deadly. I think if the race had been dry, uh, this might have been a top 3 race of the season, to be honest. If it was dry, we might have seen some of the best racing ever. But the race itself, the sprint race was dry, but the race itself was in the fucking wet, and nothing happened.
Mm.
Like barely anything happened. Like you got P3, and you said yourself that like you didn't, like
I
there
just
was no
fuck all.
one,
Yeah.
there was nothing going on.
Yeah.
Like now, father and son were fighting for the win.
But father wins
And
only
maybe if
because
Kate,
father's a piece of shit.
now maybe if Caleb had won that as his first race, maybe I would look at it in more of a positive light.
Mm.
But I mean, other than the Kogos fighting for the win, like there wasn't much going on in that race, to be honest.
Mm.
Um, Unfortunately, like still good though. So I've still put it top 5 mainly just because of the sprint alone, but
Mm.
because I personally myself did not have a good experience with that race. But
Yep.
I can admit that it was still a good race for a lot of other people. So that's why I've put it number 5. Number 5 and number 4 really are really close for me, but
Mm.
I've given the edge to number 4. But we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, number 5 for me is Texas.
Mm. I think we're about to make the same exact list, but I had to ruin it here. Personally, number 5, I've actually gone Spa. Um,
Bias, ran out of fuel.
no,
Bias,
no,
bias,
no,
bias.
no, dude. Like, to be honest, like the race itself was good. There was a couple of battles and stuff, but the only two things I can really remember from the race is, well, three, is Kogo coming from out of nowhere to overtake me for the win, like when he was coming past pinning or whatever. The lap one shit show with oh my god, Alex. And then me running out of fuel, which obviously I'm not taking
Well,
that
for
much
that
into.
alone, bro. Okay, so I'll say this right now. So my number 4 is Belgium.
Okay,
My number 4 is Spa.
here's the visual.
So they're very close for me. Belgium and
Mm,
Texas are very close for me.
mm.
But the reason I gave the spot to Belgium was just because Belgium was way more memorable, man. Because it had the turn one incident. It had the turn one incident with Vodka and Pete and Alex. It had the Alex. Oh my God, Alex, Alex. Like that's iconic. And
That is
then
amazing.
now maybe, and again, you were battling Caleb.
Mm,
Like there was a battle for the lead, like the whole race, because you were battling Caleb, and like I was battling with Benzo and Great Ace
mm,
for my position where I was too, fighting for like top 5.
mm,
Um, you had Pete and Kogo were at the back for a lot of the race
mm.
until Pete DNF'd, and then Caleb should have won the very first race of the season, but I feel like if that Spa race had happened later in the season, I feel like Caleb would have won it easily, but
Mm.
he didn't because it was the first race of the season and there was a lot of nerves involved, I think, and it was a 100%er.
Yep.
Um, so like Kogo had time to like make up the positions and get
Mm.
back up there. Um, but yeah, again, that and Texas are pretty similar to me. The only reason I put Spa ahead of Texas was because of the memorability, but also I just felt like the rain like kind of ruined Texas a little
Mm.
bit
Mm.
personally.
Mm.
Um, but you could argue and say it adds some variety. So I mean, I think the two of them are close. So you personally gave Texas. I'm assuming Texas is your number 4. You gave that the
Yeah.
edge over Spa.
Yeah. I just gave it over Spa, and that's not because I got the podium. Okay, maybe a little bit. Um,
and
I know nothing happened in the race, dude.
I got a podium. And I got a podium at Spa. So I guess that's our
Yeah.
little bit of bias coming out. But
Yeah. Um, but I can just remember a little bit more from Coda, and I know you said it wasn't that good of racing, and I said it wasn't that good of racing, but yeah, I mean, I feel like if it was dry, I'm not getting that podium. So I did, in fact, like the wet. The wet was pretty good. But yeah, I gave him a 4.
yeah, yeah, it was still really good for like for a sprint weekend. It was still really good. it deserved its spot as being a sprint race. It made it worth it. Um, yeah, it was good. Now into the top three. I think our top three are going to be the exact same, to be honest. I'm pretty sure from what we were talking about before we started recording. Would you like to go with your number three first?
Yeah, fuck it, why not? Number 3, it was very close personally between 2 and 3 with how everything went. Number 3, I've got
Yeah,
Austria
yeah,
Reverse.
yeah.
Um,
Same.
Same,
My number
bet.
three is also Austria Reverse,
Now I will say it was
but they are close though.
yeah, they're very close. I will say this.
3 and 2 are close. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I will say I feel like Austria Reverse was a little bit worse on the matter. Like, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of good things in Austria when we raced there, but um, I don't know. It's just I think the overtaking was a little bit too. I don't know. There was something with it that just didn't sit right with about half the grid, 3/4 of the grid, 99% of the grid, aka those Dorito munching wheel people. Because yeah, for some reason that just really made us controller boys better. I don't know. It was something about that just made it easier for us and harder for them, which was, fuck it. Fuck it. It's going second. It's going second. Fuck the people on wheel.
What?
It's going second. It's going second. All right, and I'm sticking with my guns. Austria versus going second, meaning shockingly, I know it was amazing. It was an amazing race. It was an amazing race. I should have put it second, but my wheel bias has deterred me to put Jetta in third, which is crazy.
Okay, so I've gone with Austria Reverse in third,
Mm.
which I thought we were both doing, but I guess not now. Um, but I can't put it any higher because that track in reverse, like it was awesome and it was mixed conditions. Like it was a really interesting race, and we'd never raced there before, which made it very exciting. But the track is in reverse. Like the way it is like it's not meant for battling. Like the battling is very sketchy there. So there wasn't a ton of it. Like the bit that there was really good, which again is why it's the top three fucking race of the season so far. But there wasn't much of it because the track layout in reverse itself doesn't really provide for much battling, unfortunately. Um, so I've gone reverse Austria in third. It was still a really cool race though. Um, you up to the second, like that's fair. 2 and 3 are really close.
Mm.
Obviously my number two is Jeddah.
Yeah.
I've given the edge to Jeddah though, just because I think going into Jeddah, my expectations for that race are very low. To anyone who doesn't know, I've never been a big fan of that track at all. Though I will say we have had great races. I've had great races commentating that track and racing that track in previous years. So it has provided some great races for us in the past, and it did it once again. It was a crazy fucking race. There was battles from the front of the field all the way to the back.
Mm.
Everyone was battling with someone, and it had a twist ending. It had a fucking twist ending with the crazy Pete and Kogo.
Yeah.
Pete and Kogo going at it with a random guy, and then they all messed up, and me and Great Ace got through, and Great Ace was able to get his win, and it was just like an awesome moment, and yeah, it was just a crazy race. It's just like shit like that happened, just like like this is why we do this shit, is for some crazy stuff like that to happen. But because it was, I could not put it as the best race of the season though. As awesome as it was to see Great Ace get another race win, I couldn't put it as the best race just because a lot of it was safety car intervention, or safety car intervention plus the random guy getting involved. That kind of changed things up from what would have happened normally, probably.
Yeah.
So by what's left, we both have the same number one.
Fuck's sake! I wonder who it is.
It's the Canadian Grand Prix.
Fuck yes.
easily, no bias. Hey folks, he's also put it as his number one, so there's no bias. We had a
Absolutely
pretty full
similar.
grid for that race because it was only the third race of the season, so there was a lot of people. We had like 15 people for that race.
Uh-huh.
Um, Battles everywhere on track because first off, craziest qualifying session of the season in my opinion. Craziest qualifying.
Hmm.
You had fucking Kogo not even getting a lap in and starting all the way at the fucking back
Me and Pete for
at
like
that point.
Q3.
Yeah, is crazy. And then him having to works his way through, still gets a podium. Um,
It
so
should
like quite possibly Kogo's best ever drive in NACS on top of that. And then you have like a freeway battle for the win between me, Great Ace, and Pete there at the end of the race. Um, with yourself there not too far behind. Now obviously your race got ruined on the last lap, but
fuck you, vodka.
up to that point you also lost positions on the first lap because you and Caleb got into the incident, and then you had to work your way through,
Mm.
and Kogo was working his way through, and there was a fight for the win.
Yep.
And like I said, and like me winning the race, like the person who won the race technically wasn't even the first person to cross the line. Like I won just based off of pure consistency
Mm.
and not having any time penalties. At Canada, which some would say is the hardest track in the game for time penalties. So, and like I said, to quote Pete the Newfie, Will, how the hell did you do that? Um, yeah, it was just an awesome race, and I
Mm.
mean, it is Canada. Like Canada is a great track. It produces great racing. It's fucking awesome. It's definitely one of the best F1 tracks ever made,
Mm.
and yeah. And now, guys, like I said, like this is only the first half of the season. Like Canada might not be the best race of the season by the end of the season. Um, like at the end of the season, we'll update it with the other 10 races, and we'll throw in the other 10, and we'll mention where they're to. Like we won't go through the first 10 again, but like we'll mention where we put the, the second half in line with the first half, you know. So who knows? Like we might get a race in the second half of the season that's better than Canada, you know. But as of right now, Canada is easily the front runner,
Mm.
um, for sure. And do you got anything to say about Canada? Because obviously it's your number one as well.
Mate, looking back on Canada, you can't floor anything about it. It was just pure entertainment. I wish I was one of the fuckers in the grandstand or maybe in the fucking paddock club. Fuck it. I wish I was the Donny in the fucking helicopter driving around watching this bitch, bro. There was drama, there was racing, no shit. There was battles, everything. Everyone was nice and close together. We had little packs around. People were fighting each other. Like, fuck. Then, safety car, I think fucking Caleb died, Dan died, someone else died, 4 people DNF. Holy fuck. And then the whole battle at the end, all fucking 5 of us, fucking Great Ace, you, me, fucking Pete, fucking Kogo, everyone's failing for the win. And then a terrorist happened, and I died almost. And fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy shit. Just thinking about it gives me fucking goosebumps, cunt. Like, holy fuck. Like, I'm gonna say this right now. Through my very short league racing career, that is the best race I've ever witnessed and raced in ever, and that's including Monaco last season. That's including fucking everything.
Really?
Yeah, that's the
Wow.
greatest thing I've been in, and I've only been doing this shit since November last year. Like, so that's top shit. That's some top shit. It's gonna be tough to beat it.
So in your opinion, yeah, no, yeah, yeah. I
Mm.
agree. Canada is gonna be very tough to beat, especially since like a lot of time this is always because we run such long seasons in NACS. We run 20 race seasons usually. Um, so in the second half of the season, attendance starts to dwindle a little bit. We're only getting like 8 or 9 people. We'll say 8 to 10. We're getting like 8 to 10 people every race. Um, Whereas in the first half of the season, you're getting like 13, 14 people every race. 15, in like Canada, we had 15. Um, so that definitely comes into play. But so yeah, it's gonna be hard for a race in the second half of the season to beat Canada. In my opinion, it would have to be something like Brazil, something like really crazy, like wheel to wheel action. Like it would have to be something like Brazil, or you never know, maybe even the reverse 100% or its Zandvoort could be insane. Or maybe it'll even be the sprint weekend at Bahrain next week.
Or Monza.
Or Monza. You never know. So like, there's some contenders, but we'll see how it goes. We're not fortune tellers. We can't tell. But yeah, so in your opinion, Canada is the best league race you've ever done? Is that what you just said?
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think back to even last season. Was there a race as good as Canada last season? And I don't think so. I mean, my bias would say Brazil of last season was pretty fucking crazy. Like, it was me, Great Ace, and Pete battling for the win the entire race. Brazil, but again, you weren't really present for a lot of that, so you didn't get the eyes on that shit. Though I do want to say the Brazil race of last season is on YouTube if anyone wants to go watch it. Same thing with the Hungary race of last season. If anyone wants to go watch that, that was also a great race from last season. That's on YouTube. And the Bahrain. No, oh no, no, no. Never mind. I didn't get the I didn't get the Bahrain race from last season on YouTube. I should have though. But the Japan race of last season is on YouTube though. If anyone wants to go watch that. And the Canada race that we're talking about from this season, the number one, is on YouTube. If anyone wants to go watch some Sidonian Muse POV of the best race of the season so far. No bias at all. I wonder why all of those races are on YouTube.
Maybe because you fucking won.
Cool. Because I won them all. Yeah.
Yeah, bastard. Oh.
Hey man, Pete could be sending me. Hey, if Pete, listen. If anyone's listening to this, if Pete's listening to this, or well, Great Ace uploads his races to YouTube. So like, if you want to go back and watch the Jeddah race where Great Ace won, like that's on YouTube. If you want to go back and watch Reverse Austria from Great Ace's POV, like they're on the Great Ace YouTube channel. But Pete, if you're watching this, man, like if you get a race that's really good, like Monaco was, like if he had sent me the Monaco recording, I would have uploaded it to the YouTube channel. You know what I mean? If he had sent me his POV, because I didn't have a POV, because I couldn't even do that race. So like, because of the lag and all that shit, because of like the disconnecting and all that shit. So like, if Pete had sent me his POV for the Monaco race, I could have uploaded it to the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're gonna wrap things up here now, because this has been a long episode as we predicted it would be anyway. But good stuff though, teammate, Mr. Golden. And to anyone listening, thanks for listening. If you've listened this far, thank you for listening. It's been a great first half of the season. We'll be back next time for driver ratings at Silverstone, which should be a pretty crazy race because it's looking like it's going to be a guaranteed 2-stop for everybody. So that should be a pretty crazy race. But yeah, I'm your host, Sidonian Muse, and I guess we'll see you guys next time with Silverstone.
Toodaloo, trucker mothers.